Lesson 9, Question 4. All scarce resources are rival, meaning that use by one person leaves less of the resource in quality or quantity for others to use. Many resources, however, are non-rival, which means that use by one person does not leave less for others to use. When this is true, there is no competition for use, and the resource is not scarce in an economic sense, even if total supply is inadequate. Examples include streetlights, many different ecosystem services, and information. Price rationing in this case reduces use, and hence value to society without affecting quantity, which is inefficient. For example, if someone develops a cheap, clean solar energy technology and then patents it, which makes it excludable, it can be sold at a price. A positive price will reduce use, leading to less substitution away from competing energy sources, such as coal, and society as a whole suffers. Markets will only provide non-rival resources if they are made excludable and can be sold at a price, but this creates artificial scarcity. Paradoxically, the value of non-rival resources to society is maximized at a price of 0, but at that price, markets will not provide it. Price rationing 가격 배급할 땅. Lesson 9, Question 56. Resilience is when the unexpected happens, but we keep our nerve and handle whatever challenge is resting in our lap. Resilience is necessary for our physical survival, for our mental and physical well-being, for our ability to realize our potential, and for the successful achievement of our life goals. At a basic, primitive level, our primary goal as humans is physical survival. The avoidance of death for as long as possible despite its inevitability. Resilience is vital for our survival, both as individual human beings and as a species. In ancient times, resilience would have been required to fend off much more overt dangers, like being mauled to death by an animal whilst out hunting for food. Imagine if, in those times when survival was the order of the day, a man stood frozen with fear upon seeing a predator appear in front of him, regardless of whether that man was expecting to encounter such a threat. During that hunting trip, he would need to keep his nerve and either fight the animal or flee from it. Those would be the only survival options available to him. Without a can-do attitude and quick problem-solving, followed by quick action, that man would be dead. In the modern day, we are still fighting for our survival, but now our needs are more complicated, even though they still ultimately serve to keep us alive. Modern survival means having enough money for fuel, clothing, and shelter, thoughtfully looking after our bodies well enough to prevent life-threatening illness, fulfilling our potential in order to easily maintain emotional well-being, which, in addition to making life worth living, directly and indirectly, affects our ability to achieve our basic survival needs for fuel, clothing and shelter, and creating a family or social network to keep us feeling valued and, as research suggests, enabling a longer lifespan. 팬더풀 막아내다 마을에게 상처를 입히다. Lesson 9, Question 7. Despite overwhelming scientific evidence, climate change still has a detection problem. That is, it is a phenomenon that some people perceive on the planet, in the news, or in their own lives, while others do not. The environmental philosopher Timothy Morton has labeled climate change a hyperobject, a term he coined to describe realities that are massive, non-local, and sticky in that they reveal themselves only through phenomena created by the interaction of other objects, a condition known as interobjectivity. As such, climate change defies humans' understanding of an object that can be easily seen, touched, or described, and has a singular pinpoint location. Like the main character in the 1933 film The Invisible Man, climate change cannot be detected except by measuring something associated with it, such as temperature or sea level rise. These are the phenomena of climate change. And, like the bandages and clothing worn by the Invisible Man, they reveal the shape of the object. Without his suit, bandages, gloves, and sunglasses, the Invisible Man would indeed be invisible on screen. Similarly, climate change lacks a form, shape, or even location. It is revealed only through its phenomena, and this creates the detection problem. Some people can see climate change, while others cannot see it. 디파이 거스르다 거역하다.